Tim, where are USC at with NIL collectives? David Greenfield. We still do not have a collective. We still do not have a collective. We don't have the booster run collectives that most of the big boys have, and it's hurting them in recruiting. They need to get on that. But USC administration is staying very close to the letter of the law. And they've USC has tried. There's been called Student Body Right, I think was the name of the booster collective that they tried starting up, and the USC administration said we want nothing to do with them, and they put outside pressure on it to get it shut down, and in the end it just never got off the ground. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing, but it's cost them a couple linemen. I'll tell you that. I'm sure we'd have a couple more defensive and offensive linemen if we had that in place.
But these guys have to be signing with USC knowing that there are NIL opportunities, even though there's not a organized collective.
Yes, they're getting deals. I mean, Caleb and I'm sure all these guys are getting deals, but it's because you're in Los Angeles, you know. And I'm sure these aren't just out of the benefit of their heart, or I don't think it's a return on investment thing. I know that these NIL deals are probably somewhere along the line. There are some USC boosters that are fronting this money, but there is not an actual collective that's saying, "Hey, buddy, we've got a $1 million thing ready for you to go. Let's go." And we've all pulled up our booster money and we're ready to go. We don't have one of those collectives yet.
Yeah. Well, we all keep waiting for someone to get a hold of all of this mess and pull it together and put down some guidelines that can be enforceable and that are reasonable and, again, more so enforceable. But I don't know where that initiative is going to come from.
All right, we missed Steve D's burner. Agree, disagree. My top 10: Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, TCU, Oregon, Utah, Penn State, LSU, Kansas State, Washington.
Is this like next year's top 10?
I think he's thinking after the game tomorrow.
After the game tomorrow.
Let us know, burner. Let us know if you mean now or preseason next year.
So
because I think Oregon at 5.
Yeah, they lost 3 games.
I don't know. Maybe this might be next year. Maybe they're saying Nix is coming back. I think it's kind of odd. No, I think that USC will probably be the favorite to win the Pac-12. So if this is for next year, I think you're not going to have 3 Pac-12 teams ahead of them. But if you're talking about this year, Oregon and Utah ended the year with a loss. This must be for next year.
Yeah, it's got to be for next year.
You got Penn
LSU's too high. Yeah.
And you got Utah ahead of Penn State. I mean, so this must be next year. Anyway, yeah. All right, you got Brian. I'll hang out in the background. I just wanted to have a couple laughs about the perception of all the tampering that's going on.
I know you love that topic.